Hi everyone, back again with another synastry chart. This time it's between Jennifer Aniston and Brad Pitt. Now I know they haven't been together for a long time, but I had a request to do this. So the first thing I noticed, they don't have any moon aspects between the two of them. And like I've said before, the moon and the sun are the most important parts of a compatibility chart. And it's really necessary to have positive moon aspects between the two of you for the ultimate soul to soul, heart to heart connection. But they do have some backup things that I thought were acceptable. Her Alma asteroid, which is Spanish for soul, it conjuncts his moon by 2 degrees. So that's really nice. His sun conjuncts her moon by 2 degrees. This is a classic best friends aspect. It's at 2 degrees, so that's tight. This is nice. Her Sappho asteroid conjuncts his moon 1 degree. This has to do with attraction. So these are all really nice aspects. His sun conjuncts her point of fortune by 1 degree. This is classic for a marriage aspect. The point of fortune on your chart, it looks like a circle with a cross in the middle. 1 degree. Definitely, I would say if I didn't know them, they're going to get married. Now, why didn't they last? Well, not all relationships are meant to last forever. Sometimes they're karmic, or there's lessons to be taught between two people. So I'll get started on that. Now, her North Node conjuncts his IC. The IC is a very important angle in a chart. The descendant, the ascendant, the midheaven, the IC. Whatever touches that, whatever touches that angle from the other person, the energies will come and you will feel them. Her North Node conjuncting the IC, they have a strong connection. They feel like they're family. The IC has to do with your inner child, behind the scenes, and it's on the cusp of the 4th house, which rules the home and the family. Now, that's great, but there's a couple of other things involved here that are also present. Her Chiron asteroid, that has to do with pain, always. 95% of the charts I've done, it has to do with pain. That also conjuncts his IC. So she will be bringing him pain. How? Well, touching the IC, where your inner child lives, there's going to be arguments and over in the home, behind the scenes, because her Chiron is conjuncting an asteroid called Atira, and Atira has to do with money. So there will be issues and arguments between those two. I'll get into that later. Now, his Fox and Casanova conjuncts her sun by 0 degrees. Cheating. I've said this before in the compatibility chart that I did between Angelina Jolie and Brad. Casanova, cheating. Fox, cunning behavior, can see women as sex objects, 0 degrees, guaranteed. And everybody saw it because his Blow asteroid conjuncts her midheaven, 0 degrees. So the whole world saw how he cheated on her. It's written right in the chart. This is just, when you start plugging in the asteroids into the compatibility charts, it tells a story. It's like having a puzzle with all the pieces. And once you start plugging the pieces in, the picture forms, and the asteroids are the pieces of the puzzle. So Blow, he blew it. Failures, mistakes, conjuncting her midheaven, whatever conjuncts your midheaven from the other person, the whole world will see, or the general public if you're not famous. Now, her Nessus and her Lacrimosa asteroids conjuncts his descendant by 1 degree. And Nessus has to do with abuse, and Lacrimosa has to do with tears and suffering. Now, her Nessus is in the sign of Gemini, and that has to do with verbal abuse. It's ruled by Mercury, which has to do with communication. His Mercury in the second house, which rules money. His Mercury is in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is a planet that is very frugal or strict, and so I think that he was frugal with the way he spent money. Now, his Nessus in Pisces squares her Mercury by 0 degrees. So now we have him being abusive as well. Not physically, it's his Nessus is in Pisces, and Pisces is ruled by Neptune. So there's a fogginess, like a kind of like a deceptive abuse towards her. And it also has to do with money because her Neptune is in the second house, which rules money. I think she spent too much. She spent too much, and he was very tight and frugal with his money. Now, here's where there's more reinforcements about their blow-ups and arguments over money. Her Astarte, which has to do with war and arguments, and Dejanira, which is a victim asteroid, conjuncts his Mars. Mars gives extra power and fire to this. And it also, those two asteroids of hers, also conjuncts his south node, 0 degrees. So whatever conjuncts your south node from the other person, they will bring those energies to you. And in this case, blow-ups over money and victim. She was a victim of these arguments. All of this whole aspect is in the sign of Capricorn, ruled by Saturn. Here's Saturn again. His Saturn is in the second house, which rules money, and her Saturn is in the 6th house, which has to do with work. So not only were there blow-ups over money, there had to have been blow-ups over work-related issues between the two of them. His Astarte conjuncts her south node, 3 degrees, in the sign of Libra, which is ruled by Venus. Where is Venus? His Venus is in the 2nd house of money, conjuncting an asteroid called Atira, which has to do with wealth and money. So he loves money, but I don't think he likes to spend it because that's where the arguments are coming from, and there's Saturn and Capricorn involved here. People who have the asteroid Atira in their 2nd house are wealthy. Now, her Venus in the 6th house, indications of arguments, again, about work. His Jupiter and the asteroid Chaos conjuncts her Venus in the 6th house. So they met at work. I know that's obvious, but if I was doing this chart for someone else, I would say you guys met at work. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. So his Jupiter conjuncting Venus, that means that they fell in love pretty quickly. But we have Chaos there conjuncting his Jupiter, so Chaos stopped by later. They had a very chaotic love affair. Now, the ending part of this, or the indications that it wouldn't last forever, his finale asteroid, which has to do with endings, conjuncts her ascendant by 2 degrees. So they were on borrowed time. Whatever touches your important angles, like I said before, you're going to get those energies. So finale, endings. But they will be friends forever. They still have that sun-moon connection, and I think that they will always have a warm spot in their hearts for each other. So hoping that they find happiness in the future. So I will be back later with more synastry charts. Hit the subscribe button if you would like to hear about more of them, and give me some recommendations if you would like to hear other synastry charts, if you have any ones that you're interested in me doing. And okay, so I will talk to you soon and have a nice day.